What up, everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Giovanni. Hold on.
I was just thumbing around Instagram. This fucking Minnie Mouse bitch got a star on Hollywood. How'd she get a star before me?
I don't know. Who do we call?
Mickey?
Wait, Mickey don't got a star yet, do we?
Mickey Mouse had a star a really long time ago.
Okay, listen. We're not going to get into the inequities of mouses not getting stars on Hollywood Boulevard. But congratulations to that hoe. All right, so, I've been calling India Love, but I think her phone is so far away out the country that she's just not calling me back because...
maybe it's because she's in love. And when women are in love, we have a tendency to go, to go dark.
India Love is a social media icon. She is not too far away from that phone, and she is not in love. But shout out to her and Yo Gotti. What's the song he got?
Down in the DM?
Yeah.
No, not that one.
Oh, I don't know.
The other one.
I tell all my hoes.
Rake it up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he raked up my girl. Now get your ass back home to LA.
I love her. She's just a free spirit, man. She don't care about her nipples showing. I love her. All them, what's them, India, them shits, all the sisters, they bad.
The shits.
And you know what I really like about her is, somebody that she really looks up to and really loves in terms of fashion icon-ishness is Khalees.
Oh, I love
Which,
Khalees.
by the way, Khalees, bring your butt on the show. So Khalees did see the interview where the gun was pulled. She texted me. She was like, damn. And she goes, I promise you I won't bring any guns. I said, well, your beauty is enough of a weapon.
She's so beautiful.
Oh, my God.
So she's coming on the show. Okay. Good. So today we're going to talk about topics that people are listening. Hopefully you're driving in your car and you're ready for a hysterically wild time. Because these topics are pretty interesting. Some are funny. Some are just,
Yeah.
what would you be doing kind of shit.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm going to start by saying my resolutions. I had resolutions for 2018. I didn't want to call them resolutions because resolutions get broken.
Yeah.
And I never really start each year saying I'm going to have resolutions. But I did this year go to Hawaii. I mean, last year at the end of the year, I went to Hawaii. No, it was this year.
Yeah.
The beginning of this year, I went to Hawaii to kind of
decompress
and create a clean slate of what I wanted to do in my life. And a couple things. I said, one, I was going to move into a new place. I just did that.
I heard I know where you live now.
That's okay. We don't need to talk about it for the viewers.
That's hilarious.
I live in a very secure place.
Somebody randomly told me, it was like, yeah, Jason lives here now. I was like, that's random.
What I love about the building is it's really secure. So you ain't getting in that motherfucker.
I used to live there.
So I love, I did that. I got back in the gym. It's harder than it's ever been. I think I called you for advice. What did I say?
Why does it hurt so much?
Well, because this high intensity training. Jesus, what the fuck?
You get results though.
Why is pizza so easy and high intensity training so hard?
What do you find hard about it? You just don't.
Well, I think what it is that your mind tells you one thing to do, and your body is like, nigga, stop it. Right. So because I've been so physically dormant and just like not working out, I went right back in running and walking. Nah, the body, like I've been severely exhausted.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is just like drinking a lot of water, hydrating my body, getting my nutritional stuff proper where I'm eating right. And then doing a lot of cardio, but also when I hit the weights, we're taking our time to do. We're not just like really trying to kill ourselves.
Did you throw up?
I haven't thrown up yet.
That's what.
But
Okay, look,
y'all
do not get to the point where you're throwing up.
That's when you're getting there.
No, what I was gonna say is I don't believe in that. I believe for anybody out there that wants to get healthy, like take your time and make it a marathon. Don't like run right, don't run right into it and hurt yourself, because at 40 years old, not working out,
you
not
gotta
being
crawl
healthy,
before you walk.
You got to do it. And I've gotten to a place where like I'm going to go to New York tomorrow for the 5 weeks to do this show. I deleted out of our last show what the name of the show is, so I'm not going to put that out there until we can do it. But I'm going to go do this show for 5 weeks, and while I'm there, I'm going to have my meal prep and my training, and I'm going to do the shows, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to work with Hino. Or somebody who's as good as Hino.
Yeah, I love Hino. Shout out to Hino.
To get into it. I'm not going to kill myself, though. I've already said, like, I'm going to work hard and push myself, but I'm not going to kill myself.
Yeah, Hino tell me, I'm going to come. You know what? And I'm coming because he keeps saying, yo, come, man. Come, let me work with you, man.
Okay.
So I'm going to come.
But I don't want to do a bunch of group shit.
Yeah.
I want to work out one-on-one with a person who can keep me motivated and stay on me about being consistent. But I also got a friend of mine, a membership to Equinox, to work out with me in the evening. So during the day, it's going to be the hard work. During the day, it's going to be the hard work where it's really, really hard. And at night, it's going to be the night where I enjoy it.
And while you over here rolling your eyes, I've lost 15 pounds.
Because I don't believe you. You need more people.
All right.
Yeah. No, I mean, another 2018 resolution I said was I was going to stop drinking. And it's been 1 month since I've had anything.
That's great.
And I'm telling you that I remember when I went cold turkey with alcohol for 2.5 years. Mentally, I was at a place where I just didn't want it anymore.
Right.
And I'm at that place. Like, I've been going out. I don't even want it.
Yeah.
That's good.
So you're going
to lose weight alone off that.
But the problem is when you shock your body and just stop drinking, start eating a structured meal plan, drinking all this fucking water, and then working out in the gym all at once, like your body is not ready for that.
No, you got to crawl before you walk. Yeah. And like, in all honesty, I don't believe in the whole, if you haven't thrown up after a workout, then you really didn't accomplish anything. That is BS. Like for real. And this is coming from somebody who spent a huge portion of her life working out, doing everything under the sun. Okay. If I'm throwing up, it's because I'm doing such intense work. I'm training like an athlete. I'm like Olympic level. I ain't doing that shit anymore. After I train with Hino, guess what I do? What? Go home, drink a protein shake, and take a nap. I need cell turnover.
So I've been doing a lot of napping.
Yeah.
Yo, that's when you're getting up there because I enjoy and look forward to naps.
Kiss my ass, okay? I like the nap when I was 22.
I love napping now.
No, I don't think it's an age thing. I think it's honestly like I struggle from napping because I don't like to be asleep feeling like I'm going to miss shit.
You have major FOMO.
No, I have FOMO like a motherfucker. If I doze off, I wake up and grab the phone because I think I'm going to miss something.
Yeah. Wow.
So
major FOMO.
So the other day when I had the people hanging up shit in my house and moving my stuff in, I was so exhausted. I went to Bed Bath & Beyond to buy some stuff.
I love Bed Bath &
And while
Beyond.
they're ringing me up, I'm laying on the counter.
Wait, what?
I'm laying across the counter because I'm just exhausted. And so Leah's looking at me, my friend who's helping me. He's just like, Jason, we got to get this done. I was like, please just ring it all up. Please call somebody who was at my house putting things away to come over and pick this up. Because I'm not walking across the street with all these bags.
Right.
I literally went in my apartment while they were moving into my house. I went to sleep.
That's funny.
I was tired.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying
working
out.
Yeah.
And I'm been tired of life. I'm just tired. I need to sleep.
Physically, all that.
Physically, I'm exhausted.
Well, I don't make resolutions because they're just too easy to break. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try to do, sober January or whatever that's called. I didn't make it. January 2nd, I was throwing back, vodka martinis and stuff. So
yeah, I don't believe in resolutions either. I don't, because I always break them. I mean, I am just going to stick to the goal of just continuing to lose weight, get back down to my sexy self. You know what I'm saying?
Ew. But you just licked your lips and stuff.
But whether we call it a goal or resolution, I mean, we're entering into the new year, recharged and wanting to start over some things. Like I've always been against going to church. When I was younger, I found myself in a foster home with these parents. They're both deceased now, but they introduced me to religion. Because when I was growing up with my mom, she was Catholic. So we would go to church and they put the ashes on her forehead. And I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, why are we lighting candles and sitting here going, Like I had too much ADD at that age for that. So when I went to the foster home, I was introduced to Pentecostal Church of God in Christ.
Christ Almighty.
And so if I don't go in a church that has the spirit like that, people are falling out, people, the organs, all that, I really cannot receive it.
How old were you at that time?
I was 7, 8.
You want to know what's so crazy? I was introduced to religion like Pentecostal Christianity around the same age.
Yeah.
Had the exact opposite effect on me.
Really?
Exact opposite. I was so visceral reaction. Do not even mention God to me. That was how I felt.
Because some people,
because I felt like it was being shoved down my throat. You know what I'm saying? I was really, and because my parents I'd never gone to church before. It was basically like, do you believe in God? Yes. Do you believe there's a heaven and hell? Yes. Okay, that's as far as it went in my household. So to go from that to Pentecostal Christianity, where it's fire and brimstone and demons and I was like,
I did see an exorcism in the church.
See,
I grew up
all
around
that
that
catching the spirit and
Holy
speaking
Spirit,
in tongues and stuff like that. Oh,
hallelujah!
Yo, my church. My pastor used to wear the robe at the end of the service. The lady come out and put the robe on. You know that was like running around the church speaking in tongues.
Didn't know if your pastor was James Brown or.
And the crazy thing is that played a recurring role in my life. You know,
you could not have been that traumatized from church.
No, I was. So fast forward to I'm 15 years old, and my half sister, she became Pentecostal Christian, and suddenly the coolest chick on the planet to me, my older half sister, who I could talk to about anything, everything was now talking about God, demons, and devils, and nothing was making sense. And every single time I went to go visit her in Buffalo, she would plot on me to get me saved. So she'd be like, please, Melissa, just come to church with me, please.
She knew you was a heathen.
No, I was not a heathen, but she wanted me to. Pentecostal Christians, especially born agains, they start to just.
But listen, then she saw you in your first video and she said, I tried, Lord.
Yeah, I tried. Listen, if I don't go to no church, even to this day, if the pastor ain't got no breathing problem.
Well, I will.
You know what I mean, right?
I will say this. Let me tell you a funny story. So, mind you, I'm 8-9 years old in a foster home with this elderly couple who's like every day is a reason why to go to church. Bible study, choir practice, usher board rehearsals.
Oh my God.
I was in church literally
like my nightmare.
5 to 6 days a week. I was in church. Okay. This is coming from a household where I was a latchkey kid and I was wandering the streets by myself.
Right.
So I will never forget, we lived in this house on Merced Street in Stockton, California. And so I go in the back and they got all this stuff back there and I find a big ass fire, what do you call that?
Fire
blowtorch?
Fire extinguisher.
Okay.
But it's a really big one that blows out all this white smoke and powder.
Yeah.
So I go in the backyard with my foster brother, Jamie. And Jamie was older, but he was a follower. So I just told him to do it. He did whatever I told him to do. So I go, watch this. So I cut the cord and I pull the thing up and I start spraying. And I go, fire, fire. So they run out and all they see is smoke. Now, mind you, it's white smoke. So I think they would think it was funny. They beat the shit out of me.
You heathen.
But I told them, if y'all hit me again, I'm going to call my social worker. So they beat my ass again.
That's hilarious.
But that's where I really found religion. And so I just went to church this past weekend and I just found myself enjoying. I found the church that gave me that. The Erica Campbell, Warren Campbell's church. So
Definitely got to get back in church, man.
I'm going to go. You know, it's not really as much as going in and trying to feel like I'm finding God in church because I feel like I know God.
Reminder.
But it's not even that. It's just I want to be around positive people. I want to be around positive energy. I want to be around where the conversation's all about being positive. Even if people in there are not positive. I'm not saying they aren't, but you know, like
you want to take a yoga class, right?
No, but I'm not twisting and putting my legs behind my back. There's a reason why I'm a top. I'm not with all that extra shit.
Hey, you ever been in church and your mind just automatically start thinking about the most off the wall,
like
crazy,
heathen, heinous, evil.
Think about what you doing the night
slutty
before.
Things.
Yes.
No, but I found myself in church going, if I come every Sunday, how am I going to do this show? Because whether we're talking about midgets, retards, or transsexual stuff, people are going to watch the show in church because a couple of people came to me like, oh, love your show. And I immediately felt judged.
Yeah. I feel judged when I'm in church thinking about stuff I shouldn't be thinking about.
So I said, Erica, you should come on our show. And she goes, you should come on mine. So I told her, yeah, okay, great.
Well,
so you guys don't have any resolutions for this year?
Just to get a series regular role on a hit TV show. That's it. That's a goal resolution.
It's a goal. That's a goal. That's not a resolution.
I said a goal.
Make that a goal.
Yeah.
Make that a goal. Maybe his resolution is put your career first.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We talked about that yesterday.
So let me say that. Another one of my things was I want to work with 4 brands this year because, you know, I'm no longer with Monster Headphones. That relationship is resting in all types of peace. But I'm excited to announce that I have joined the brand team for Fashion Nova.
Dope.
And so...
Sound like you about to get a budget.
Well, I've just got my first budget and now I'm working on my second. But we're going to create a lot of amazing editorial content and just bring in a lot of friends to the brand and make some dope shit.
Is that owned by a male or a female?
It's owned by a man and he's only 35 years old.
And it's worth about a few million now?
Well, he made $1 billion last year. But Fashion Nova's out here killing it. They're the number one ultra fast fashion brand in the world and they're killing it. But what I love about where the brand is going, because you know, brands have to evolve at some point.
I got to make a brand.
This brand is going a whole different way. But let me tell you what I did. So I had a vision board and I'm going to say it on the show. And people say you jinx yourself when you say things you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to wait to get to the contracts, the ink is dry and all that.
Right.
Last year I made a vision board privately. And I said, I want to get into fashion and apparel. So I launched Hollywood Unlocked Apparel and we dropped t-shirts and sweaters and Christmas stuff and all that. But I said I wanted to get into fashion. And guess who I put that I wanted to work with in fashion?
Fashion Nova.
No.
Oh.
A person.
Cardi B.
No.
Oh.
But I'm going to be working with Cardi B because she's launching a collection with them.
Yeah.
A$AP Rocky.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I said, I want to work with A$AP Rocky. But I saw him like in the role of creative director of a brand and this, but I really didn't know. So I'm at brunch and I said, I'm fucking calling A$AP. So I text A$AP. I said, can I call you? He said, yeah. So I called him. And before I got started, he said, you know what, bro, I want to say I've listened to your show and people have told me the things that you say about me. And I appreciate that you always have good things to say about me. It means a lot. I said, well, great, because I'm about to tell you some crazy shit. He said, what? I said, I wrote on my vision board last year that I wanted to get into fashion. And if I did, I needed to get into fashion with you. I said, I know that's far-fetched. He goes, well, hold on. It ain't far-fetched if we're on the phone. That's deep. I said, okay. I have somebody who will work with us to develop a brand. And he said, let's meet up and talk about it. Is that crazy? And then I go to the store that night. Well, I was buying a taco. And then I went to the store and he's on the cover of GQ and it says the flyest human being in the world.
Yeah.
Damn, that's what the cover said?
On GQ. The flyest human in the world.
It was a really nice editorial.
That headline is amazing.
But let me tell you.
No, but he's just ridiculously stylish. So effortlessly.
I'm going to make the connection between the church stuff and that.
Really?
God is real.
Amen.
All you got to do, I swear to God, is like...
God is real, I swear to God.
No, what I'm saying is, I swear all you have to do is literally drown out every doubt and every hater in the world and focus on getting what you want. You have to claim it. I said, I want to work with... Why out of all the people, I want to work at A$AP Rocky? Why? I don't know.
Could have said Kanye. Could have said anybody.
I want to work at A$AP Rocky. Why do I build a relationship with A$AP Rocky organically? Well, it was to hook you up.
That's funny.
And then now to say that this is the person I want to do it with, and to now be working with a fashion brand who's saying, we'll get behind that, to then be able to call him and say, it's just, to me, I don't think that's anything by mistake. I really feel like God manifests everything.
So are you going to it's going to be like a partnership between you, A$AP, and Fashion Nova?
It's going to be amazing, whatever it's going to be.
Okay.
But, all those details are to be figured out if it works out. But all I will say, my whole point of this is God is good.
Amen.
But you really got to claim it. You know, people, part of getting whatever you want in life isn't just putting it out there. You got to put in the work and you got to be serious about it. But you also have to be focused. And right now my focus is on 2,000.
2,000?
Yeah.
Well, like 2,000%.
No, I just couldn't think of any other number, so I used 2,000.
Okay.
2,000 is better than 100.
Amen. That's true.
Your focus is on 2,000%. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, hey, congratulations.
I'm proud of you.
On your vision board.
Thank you.
Coming to fruition.
Yeah, it's still happening. We're
Vision
still working.
boards don't work for me.
Really?
No, don't like them. I don't like them.
Why not, though?
It's just not my jam.
But why don't you use it as...
No. It just... I make lists.
It's not my jam.
It's not in my bag.
So break down, what does a list look like? What does a Melissa list look like?
Okay. I decided back in 2012 that I needed to make a really, really, really big change in my life. And I didn't want to be really involved in the entertainment industry anymore. I couldn't find my place anymore. I was really lost. And it was after the breakup with Flo. And so that was just kind of a catalyst to just wake up and just do a massive disruption. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So I thought about a career in like the finance industry. A couple of companies were soliciting me. And then I was like, not really good with numbers and shit like that, though. So you know what? Real estate. Let me just take my Rolodex that I've acquired throughout my years in the entertainment industry and let me go into real estate. And I was like, I don't want to do this just like kind of blindly, like, okay, I'm going to be a real estate agent. I was like, let me get a little bit more specific. So I started to write down what it was I wanted to achieve. Step by step. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get my license. I'm going to work for, a small but reputable firm so that I can, fumble my first year through, through just like learning, the game. And, but I was just like, but I want to be very specific about how I build my career in an expedited fashion. I was like, I want a reality show and I want it on Bravo. That was the only network that I thought to myself I wanted to be on. And I wanted the show to be about successful women, who know how to solve conflict without using combat, which is funny. But I wanted it to be about our careers. And on December 19th, 2012, I got an email that said, hi, Melissa, we've got a greenlit show on Bravo about single successful women in New York City. and we want you to be the 6th girl. And I literally thought I was being punked because it was everything that I had just asked the universe for.
But that goes back to my point. Whether it's a resolution, whether it's a story, a dream board, or whatever, vision board, whatever, you literally have to write it out or create it and put it in the atmosphere and then work towards getting it, or just put it out there. I'm telling you, when I was in Hawaii, I told a story on the show. I went on the balcony and I in a very vulnerable and very uncomfortable way, asked God to give me these blessings.
Yeah.
And everything I've asked for so far is coming true. I did all the work to get there, and I've prepared the platform and all that, but like it's now coming because I asked for it. When I was in church yesterday, their whole point was, people don't want to come to church because they feel like they need to clean up stuff first, when really you come there to clean it up. So I don't know. I was just really confused and just in a weird place, but I had a great time. But more importantly, this year's resolutions, one of my first years of really putting together resolutions that I'm focused on, are actually working.
Dope.
But the gym thing is what I have to really figure out, because that one is a lot. That requires a lot of work and dedication.
Well, I mean, I feel like when
I got a nice gym too.
When it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could be in your apartment with a kettlebell, and that just is the thing that works for you. But when it comes to workout programs, like I used to have this girlfriend. She's Colombian, and she was a little on the top heavy part, and she was a little hot tamale. She had a temper like nobody's business. And every time she was like, Melissa, I got to lose weight, and I'm like, all you do is run on the treadmill for an hour and then go home and eat lasagna. How the hell is that helping you out? I was like, what your little Colombian ass should be doing is boxing, getting all your frustration out. And that's an upper body exercise. It's full body, but you're really like your whole upper body is in agony, arms, back, core. I was like, that's what you should be doing. So when it comes to working out, you have to find what just works for you, right, what you're going to stick with. Because if you think of working out as a chore, your mind is going to get fixed to not wanting to do it. Like it's something you have to do rather than something, I want to do it because I find it enjoyable. So like when it comes to, if I find that working out feels like a chore to me, that means I got to switch it up. So if that means like, okay, hiking canyons got really boring for me or something like that, that's why I went to boxing. I needed Hino.
Well, see, I'm a little different. It's not doing any of the workout when I get in the gym is not hard.
Yeah.
It's making the time to go to the gym.
But if you found the one thing that you loved, there wouldn't be the difficulty of finding the time.
It's working.
Okay.
And that's not at the gym. Yeah. Like having to turn my phones off, having to be focused. And then on top of that, people will come in the gym and want to have conversations. I'm going to tell you right now, if you see me at the gym,
put these headphones on.
I have them on. I was on the treadmill running the other day with the headphones on, and somebody got on the treadmill next to me and took a selfie with me.
No, I don't believe that.
I believe that.
I swear, I'm going to show you at the break. Now, I love the person that did it, and if he's listening to the show, I ain't even mad at you, bro. But I was on the treadmill, clearly gasping for air. And this person took a selfie with me. And I just feel like, okay, when I'm at the gym, if you know me, do not even say hello. You could just nod, hey, what up? Don't wave. Just work out and hit me after.
Right.
Because I'm so irritated that I can't work, that I have to be there.
Right.
That I need to just be left alone.
Okay.
But 2018 is starting off to a good year.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear, because I drive like a bat out of hell, is that I hit somebody, specifically a child. I don't think that I would ever recover from that. I would feel...
Brandy did.
Listen, God bless her, because it's just not something I think I could recover from. I just would be devastated, because as fast as I go...
Can I just tell you that I
wouldn't survive.
There was a year that I used to drink too much.
You don't say.
And I went out to a club with a friend who was my designated driver, and he left me. And I tried to drive home. And literally 2 blocks from my house, I hit a car going about 50 miles an hour. Did I ever tell you the story?
No.
Yeah. In a brand new M45, what is it? Infinity M45, brand new, all black. I had paid $60,000 cash for it. Hit this guy.
Were you a drug dealer at the time? Shit.
No, I had sold my house, one of my houses, and I had all this money, and I just got here and I saw it at a party and I went and bought it cash. So I hit this guy, and I hit him, and I ain't gonna lie.
Did you T-bone him?
What the fuck is that?
It's when you hit the person's side.
I hit him from the back.
Pause.
Did you really?
Let me tell you what happened. I woke up to hitting him because I passed out. And so as I wake up, my windshield's blowing out, my hood is flipping off the car, my airbags are deploying, his car's spinning around and hits the center divider. I can see all his wheels come from under his car. It was really bad.
Wow.
And so I laughed hysterically. You know the nervous giggle thing, where it's like nervous laughter.
Yeah.
But I felt really bad. So I get out the car and I said, why did you slam on your brakes? And he said, motherfucker, I was at a stop sign. Well, what I will say is that I frantically call my friend. I'm like, oh my God, can you please get down here? Because I think I just fucking hit somebody. Police just casually driving by sees us and then comes over. So I go to jail.
DUI?
So DUI. But I went for the weekend. The worst part of all of that, besides hitting the guy, was that I didn't have insurance on my car. I let it lapse. So that $60,000 car, they only gave me $8,000 for it at the junkyard. But I use all that to say your biggest fear of hitting somebody. It's killing them. Is the fear, not hitting them.
I think it's just overall, like it's just my fear. I don't think, and killing them, or maiming them or some way, like they're never able to walk again or something like that. I wouldn't recover from something like that. I'd probably never get behind the wheel of a car. And I guess it's like my biggest fear because I'm such a natural born driver. Like I tried to steal my parents' car when I was 8. I was really rolling down the driveway, reversing in my dad's big body Pontiac at 8 years old. And my parents were like, where did you learn to drive? And I was like, I watched you guys. Like my family used to call me Mario Andretti because I was obsessed with driving. I was stealing cars at 14. Like I was bad, but I loved driving. So I guess that's why the fear is rooted there, because it's something that I just genuinely love to do and I'm really good at.
And the reason
I'm
why
reckless sometimes too.
The reason why I use that scenario so people are like, why did you share that? Is that one, you can go through a difficult time like a DUI and destroy your car and almost fuck up your whole life and come back. 2, I had a fear for a long time as it related to driving is being hit from behind. Like even like at a stoplight, I'm really uncomfortable when I stop at a stoplight thinking somebody's gonna hit me.
So you always looking in your rearview mirror.
Always thinking, even when I stop, I'm waiting to be hit.
I've been hit from behind exactly like what happened to you. I know, hit from behind.
Well, I haven't been hit from behind like that.
Well, I was in a car. I was a passenger. Stopped at a light. And this car, it was like 2 days before Christmas, and this car must not have seen that there was a light. Hit us going like about 35 miles an hour.
That's fast.
I thought a meteor hit the earth because I didn't have the rear view mirror. I was the passenger and I had a seatbelt on and everything like that. I'm surprised my skeleton stayed. My skin is the only thing that kept my skeleton inside of me. I swear to God, it was awful.
So look, I have 2 more stories. Can you just bear with me?
Yes.
No, because I'm the worst driver. If you've ever been in the car with me while I'm driving, have you ever been in the car with me?
Yeah.
Either one of you? I'm the worst driver.
You're a speed demon.
Okay.
No, Michael.
So after I hit the car, I had to get a rent-a-car. So I had a really shitty rent-a-car. It was like a Nissan Sentra or something.
You downgraded.
No, it was Mercedes to that. Okay. Oh no, I mean from
Infinity.
Yeah,
Infinity.
Okay,
Yeah.
Infinity. My Mercedes. That's a whole other story that I'm not gonna tell. But so I'm in the car and I'm talking to a friend and I'm texting and I let off of the brake a little bit and I hit a car like at a stoplight.
Right.
And it was a really old lady and I felt really bad. So I told my friend stay in the car. So I get out and I was like, ma'am, are you okay? And she goes, yeah. And I go, you reversed and hit me on accident.
Liar.
You damn.
So she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I go, no, it's okay. I just want to make sure you're okay. And she drove off. So I got away with that.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't supposed to be driving after I got hit the DUI.
My God.
Okay, the second one I'll tell you, this is another story. I'm riding with a friend down Sunset Boulevard. Beautiful, clear day. It's about 6 o'clock-ish. It's nice. The sun is starting to set. And he's yelling on the phone. He's in an argument with his girlfriend. He's screaming and he's yelling. I'm like, bruh. And I'm on my phone. And I'm like, bro, can you please slow down? Because I'm getting nervous. He's like, yeah, but no. And he's looking around and he's literally looking around everywhere but the road in front of him. And I said to him, can you please stay focused on the road? He runs through a red light and hits a car head on, not right on the T-bone. And then that car hits another car. So we're in a 3-car collision in the middle of Sunset right by the Comedy Store. You know what I did?
You got out the car and walked away?
I sued him. and I told him, I said, I'm going to sue you. Because I told you to stop fucking
speeding.
Was this your friend?
Yes. Okay. And business partner at the time. Yeah. I said, I'm going to sue you. I had to go get 3 epidurals. Like 3 where they inject you in your spine. Yeah. As a result. So I sued him for $50,000 and won. He was really upset and really didn't understand why I sued him. We're not friends anymore. We're not business, but I sued his ass. And I got $50,000.
Wow. Good for you.
So would you ever sue a friend? If you were in a car with him and they got into a car accident?
I should have sued the dude who I was in the car with when the meteor hit. I should have sued him, but I was so stupid and didn't understand anything. 2 days later, I can't sit or stand. I was in so much pain.
You got whiplash?
I had a whole my spine. My spine was misshapen. Like one hip was here, one hip was down here. Like I saw the X-ray. Spine looked like a S. It looked crazy.
So would you sue a friend?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It depends on what
that shit cost me a lot of money.
And speaking of a meteor hit, a real meteor really did just hit Earth a few days ago. You didn't hear about that?
I didn't hear about that, but I do know you're never.
Are you sure you weren't watching that car commercial? No. You know, it's the Volkswagen that advertises all the space in the back.
A meteor really hit and it affected throughout the world. Look it up.
Were we sleeping?
Google it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm in a new building and we're retrofitted for meteors.
And I will definitely sue you because you do drive like hell.
All right. So, Gio, what's your biggest fear?
I think not succeeding in my goals, like failing, like just not going or making it where I feel like I want to be. I have a fear of not making it or in what I'm striving to do.
What is making it anymore?
Meaning like, you know, when you set out a goal that you're really passionate about, like you really just wholeheartedly devote your craft to it and you don't, like it's so like, I don't want to be like the Canes of Menace to Society, if that makes sense.
But he only did like 1 or 2 films and that was it.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not trying to be the Stacys from the wood.
Well, but see, this is what I find interesting because Tia Mowry is a friend of mine. And her husband's a friend of mine, Corey Hardridge.
Yes,
Corey has a phenomenal amount of success, but he's not famous.
He's not.
And I think he struggled with not getting the recognition for the work, even though he was always working.
He stays working.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about with Clint Eastwood. Like he's working.
I just saw him in that movie, American Sniper. Well, it came on TV. I haven't seen him, but
the thing with him is he's always been in big mainstream projects. But he hasn't really gotten the notoriety for it. And I remember back in the day when we all used to hang out, he was really struggling with that. So are you looking at success being just continually working and paying the bills and becoming successful, or is it becoming Morgan Freeman when you're ready to retire? No, because Morgan Freeman just won a really big award at the SAG Award. He won Lifetime Achievement.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, is it like
they hadn't given it to him before then?
He didn't live 4 or 5 lives.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
But is what is making it mean though?
I think, like you said, having a great body of work to look back on and to see where I came from, to see where I will end up. Like, you know, I wouldn't be mad at having some type of achievement like that. I mean, if that's meant and that's in God's will. But I do want to have consistent work. I don't want to be that guy who's like, yo, man, I loved you in that one movie you did. Like, nah. I want people to be like, yo, Giovanni Watts. I want to be mentioned amongst the greats.
Got it.
Yeah.
A lot of work to do.
What's that face?
He took the words right out of my mouth. That's a lot of work to do.
Absolutely. But look, if Kevin Hart can get a Walker Star in 2 years or less than most people that take 30, 40, I think all it takes is one great project. One great project.
Yeah, well, see, with me, I put my biggest fear is failing because the thing that prevented me from getting in the business when I was a lot younger was the fear of having to find the checks. Because it's hard, like when you're an aspiring model, aspiring actor, you hear the stories where somebody walked into a store, you know.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Or when they were at a restaurant, somebody picked them out the litter. You know, but like I'm in a serious fucking grind, and I will tell you, and I'm not trying to let nobody believe that they can't do anything, but this shit is really hard. It's really hard. And sometimes when I look at, the one thing I will say that I'm proud of myself is I don't look at the competition and go, they're beating me, they're making it faster than me. Because I know a lot of people that do what I do that have cheated, that have bought traffic or that have bought different things. And listen, I'm not mad at everybody who gets whatever they get, but what I will say is that it is really hard. And sometimes it, not now as much as it was before. I used to just be like, I don't know. Because I can go back and do anything. I don't have to be doing this, but I'm doing it because I want to, at some point, have the type of influence that can help reshape my community or communities or just do better, more positive shit, you know?
Which leads to, good segue, if you wasn't doing this, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing this, what would I be doing? I will tell you, my previous career before I got into entertainment I was the director, a staff director for SEIU, which is the largest labor union in the country. I love that work. You wake up every day getting to go and help people advocate for themselves, whether it's wage equality, patient care, whatever, organizing and just being able to lead people. That's what I was passionate about.
What about you, Mel?
I would still do it.
Well, it would require me going very far back in time. Honestly, the fork in the road when I was in, university studying psychology because I wanted to, work in the forensic space. I wanted to work in the behavioral science unit at Quantico, Virginia, FBI headquarters. I wanted to be a profiler before there was all these crime shows on TV, before anybody really ever understood what profiling even was, before it was cool. That was what I wanted to do with my life. So that was the fork in the road for me, is like I said, okay, let me devote a year of this, my life to entertainment. And it's just the snowball effect happened and I never looked back. But I mean, I do look back. I oftentimes wonder what my life would be like if I had.
Well, we wouldn't know Melissa Ford as we know her now.
No, nobody would know me. No, like just friends, family, but the name would not ring bells.
You'd just be a thick ass forensics person.
I mean, who knows what I'd look like? Maybe I would have aged differently too. I have no idea.
That's true. I would have been a lawyer. I definitely would have been a lawyer by now. I definitely was adamant about being a lawyer.
I always wanted to be a lawyer, but again, if you think about it, the labor union representative organizer, you're creating grievances, you're preparing arbitrations, you're negotiating contracts, you're every meeting with the boss is a fight. Like I was being paid to fight with people for people who couldn't fight for themselves. That shit was so
liberating.
It was not liberating, but okay, so let me just go back a little bit. The way I got into what I was doing, I always knew when I was a foster kid and then came home and then got shot and all this and watched my brother die, I always knew I wanted to be in the business of helping people. My first job was going back to work in the high school that I left on a GED and the group home that I graduated from. So I was a counselor at night, working in the group home I graduated at 18, 19. 18-year-old counselor. What are you counseling?
Exactly.
I was always older for my age. And then working in the high school that I graduated from. So then I left there. I ended up watching my coworkers lose their job because the union was in bed with management. They had basically wrote their jobs off. So I started fighting with the school district and organizing them. And so I basically saved everybody else's job except for the people in my class. And we lost our job. But that then led me into working at the probation department because I wanted to help these at-risk kids because I was an at-risk kid. Did that for like 2 years. Already 1 year in, I was in the union because I was like, I got to get active now. But then when I was 2 years into the job, I started seeing how fucked up the legal system was. I was like, this is just a big business. Like prisons, jails, juvenile halls, probation, that is big business. And so I felt like, okay, this ain't right. So I started fighting for the kids. And then I ended up losing my job. Sued them, won, but then I got recognized by the union because of such a public fight. What I did was they addressed the kids up like murderers, put them in like kids in the lower security units that aren't there for really bad shit, ran away, fought their parents, something like that. They dressed them up in like orange prison suits and put masks on their face and then took pictures of them and then took them around the juvenile hall trick-or-treating, just being funny in shackles and chains. So they put it on the system. Shit. I took the pictures off the system and I blew them up and I mailed them to the juvenile justice commissioner and to like all the people who would like control it, and they turned me in. And I got fired.
Wow.
So the union ended up bringing me in, and then when I got in there, I mean, I was like, wait, I'm going to get paid every day to go and fight for people. And I didn't even think about it as a job. So the fear of failing, you circle all the way back, the fear, the comfort of getting a check every other week is a comfort that I will never forget.
Yeah, I haven't felt that in a really long time.
Me too.
No, it's a different thing where, but now it's just like you're literally eating everything you kill. It's scary. So the feeling of failure has always been something that has stopped me from making a lot of moves, but also it's always there.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I wish you all the best, Gio.
Thank you.
You're killing. I mean, you got your shows coming out.
Yeah. God is great.
You know, you're doing it.
Got some offers on the table. Unsolved.
Can you say what your role is? Because they've been rolling out they've been rolling out the trailers. Like it's a big thing. Like Bokeem Woodbine is playing
Good friend of mine.
Lead investigator of the Tupac and Biggie murders. So Josh Duhamel is in that. Okay, so what's your role in that whole thing?
I play this guy named Reggie White Jr. Reggie White Jr. Was the head of Death Row Records security and he was Suge Knight's best friend. So basically, he's still alive. He's fighting a case right now. That's an open case. But
was he one of the guys that beat down Eazy?
No, he was a cop. But off duty when he wasn't on duty as a cop, he was securing at Death Row Records. This all coincides and comes to placement with the series because Suge has been trying to put the Biggie murder on my character Reggie White Jr. to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm in 4 episodes.
Well, I'm happy to announce that the USA Network has asked us to be their live podcast and interview the whole cast.
That's dope.
I know.
That's
so I'm excited.
I'm excited. Yes. So February 27th, man.
That is when it airs.
That's when it airs. My episode will air. My first episode will air 5 episodes after the first one.
And so if you want to find out how you can attend this live broadcast, guess what you have to do? You have to subscribe to our podcast, download us on iTunes and Google Play. And if you're going to rate us, please give us a 5 and just go on there and say that we're the best you've ever heard.
Yeah, basically.
So I'm excited to learn more about the series through interviewing the cast. You know way more than I do about the project.
Anthony Hemingway, shout out to you, man.
And I mean, there's so many questions. So many questions I have for the group that we'll be talking to. So the next question here I have for everybody is, have you ever thought about living somewhere other than Los Angeles?
Yes.
There is no better place in the world, I think, for weather and making money, I think. But maybe, I don't know. If I could live anywhere else in the world, have you thought about that question? Where else?
I've lived multiple places. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada, was born and raised there. And then I moved
to New York
on September 11th, 2000, the year to the day the towers came down. I'll never forget that. And so I lived in New York on and off basically for the majority of 16 years.
Jeez.
And in 2008, I moved here. It was my first, time living in LA. And having done that, yes, the weather is a very strong motivational factor as to why people move to LA. The weather, because it's definitely not the dating scene. It is a wasteland up in this bitch.
Born in Gary.
So the question wasn't where you motherfuckers live. This isn't a milk carton.
I was actually.
Where would you live?
I was actually thinking, where the next, lifetime would be spent. Because I'm gonna live about 4 or 5 of them.
4 or 5 more.
4 or 5, yeah, in lifetimes in total.
Okay. Well, what number are you on now?
She's on 3.
I'm on 3.
Well, if you're only gonna live 4, you're almost dead then.
No, 4 or 5.
That's too close to the end. Fuck that.
I'm still in the 3rd one. Okay, this could last another 10, 15 years.
Why wouldn't you be in the 2nd one? First one would be 1 to 20.
No, because I would say that my life in Toronto was 1. My life in New York was another. My life in LA is the 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking not in terms of years, you're talking in terms of locations.
Yeah.
Oh,
because I have a different life in all 3 places. Very, very different existence.
I have 3 different lives in LA.
I know you do. But I would think that I was thinking about Scandinavia. Like Norway.
Why?
I can see your ass out there.
Isn't that where Trump just said we need to bring more Norwegians over here and less fucking Haitians and Africans?
Because Scandinavians are, in general, very, very happy people.
Boo.
Sorry.
Okay. Well,
I would live
very picturesque over there. Kind of cold though.
My favorite place I would live in Japan. I love Japan so much.
What part?
Shibuya or Roppongi, like Nagoya over there, because it looked like a big video game. Like I love that shit. Yeah,
it does look like a beautiful country. I mean, we've been to Tokyo, but we didn't. I mean, we've been to Japan. We didn't spend a lot of time in Tokyo.
I would definitely live in Japan. What about you?
I would live in London.
I knew you was about to say that.
Why?
Because you just look like a London ass nigga.
I would live in London for a couple reasons. 1, they love Americans over there. You can make a lot of money. 2, all the boys over there look like the Dominicans in New York, and they don't know me. And 3, you can hop around from Paris to Spain to all over Europe, just living there.
Yeah, like hour
flight. So I would live in London because it gives me New York Weather is horrible.
Yes, it's awful.
Horrible.
You get so depressed over there.
I only love living in LA because of the weather and because I can make money.
Yeah.
That's it. But if I could move anywhere, I would move to if I had to live anywhere else in the US, I would live in New York City.
Yeah. Nah, I'm done with New York.
I'll be in New York for a month, but it's different living there. Like I lived there for 6 months. I know it can get difficult, especially the brutal winters.
Yeah, they're having one.
I'm going to buy thermals today.
And I would live in Kauai, Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii too.
Kauai is too boring for me.
I know, it's beautiful. That's why I like it. It's
Get
chill.
a postcard. Fuck that. I will tell you, Waikiki though.
A little Miami.
You've never been there.
Can you believe it? I've been all over the world, but I've never been to Hawaii.
Let's do this. And we're not leaving Giovanni out. We just have a travel arrangement where we can fly anytime we want.
That's true.
Let's go to Hawaii when I get back from New York.
Okay.
For like 3 days.
I gotta be in Hawaii.
Say, not 2 days. I need to do 3 to 4, maybe 5 days in Hawaii.
I just did 5 days. I'm not doing 5 more.
Okay, well then leave me there.
Yeah, I will.
Yo, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Come.
Get me on your buddy thing.
Okay, we'll figure. I don't have a buddy thing, but I'll figure it out.
All right, for sure.
We'll figure that out. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you want to live in Bali or Russia or not Russia.
Not Russia. No, not Russia. I don't know. I mean, like I still feel like I'm gonna hop around a little bit more. That this isn't it. Even though I am loving the LA experience the second time around. Like, I've got my dream car. Like top down Pacific Coast Highway. Like, blasting Kings of Leon. Like, it's just I'm living. I'm living the life that I envisioned for myself when I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Well, that's good. I'm definitely not.
So I'm enjoying this moment in my life.
When you say you're not living the life you thought you would?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
I thought I would have been married by now, more kids. Definitely didn't think I would be living in an apartment still. I definitely didn't think I wouldn't have a car. And that's was like, fuck, I had a car when I was like coming up, dance for all these artists, and I'm a grown ass man now, and I ain't got no goddamn car.
But I will say, when you were growing up, we didn't have Uber. When you were growing up, you weren't living in a big city where rent is expensive. I live in a 1-bedroom and it's fucking $3,000 a month.
I know.
So I would say, again, it's a little different. Like Stockton, California, for what I pay in rent, I could have a mansion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it goes back to like where you were living. You weren't living the life you dreamt of either. And now you're here on the hustle like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
See, you always adjust the lens a little better for me to see.
It's always the optics, people. It's always the optics.
That was good, both of you.
So I'm claiming it. Next year, I'm buying my first house in LA. I've owned homes. Now, I've owned homes and they're good for tax purposes. But like a nigga, when you sell them and they give you that check, you just want to run out and spend it. I'm learning to save my money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my New Year's resolution is.
Saving money.
Learning how to budget myself and save money.
Yeah.
I'm the worst at it. Like when I have cash, that shit's getting spent.
A lot of people are really bad at it, though.
I hate it.
So I just got a little vase that's clear. All I'm putting in there is change, not brown change, because the brown change be thrown off the color. And yes, I'm talking about colorism as it relates to my coins. So I'm gonna not put the brown coins in there, but I'm going to start. It's not even just saving that, but it's just like when I don't need to spend the money, I'm not going to spend the money because I want to buy a house next year. I want to be able to entertain and have friends over and all that. I mean, I'm gonna have friends over now. I'm gonna start entertaining a little bit more, not too much outside this room.
Right.
Okay. So the last show we talked about the state of Florida, who was trying to create legislation to ban pornography. But now they got this real life sex doll with ass shots and all kinds of stuff going on online, and people are saying that they're going to get into relationships with the sex dolls.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of captions on Instagram and Twitter saying y'all women better act right. Why? Because we need to live in fear of you purchasing a sex doll. Let me tell you something. For any guy that feels that way, trust and believe, no woman wants your ass. Okay, that's just
that's crazy.
I'm just gonna put that out there. I will say that, man, she looks
real as fuck,
kind of real, and you can adjust her into a bunch of different positions. So if you want to hit it from the back, you can hit it from the back. There's a description on it that says vagina style, fixed. I was legit like, what does fix mean? And I was talking to Laz Alonso about this. He was like, maybe it means the vagina can't be removed. I was like, why would you want to remove the vagina? He was like, after you nut in it, then you want to clean it off. I was like, oh my God, you guys are so
point,
disgusting.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm buying it.
You're buying the female sex doll?
And let me tell you what, I'm going to see if I'm all the way gone. And I feel like I can at least preserve some privacy and sanity and kind of laugh at it if I want to.
So you're going to fuck a fake female?
Like, yeah, of course.
You know what? I'm just going to be real. I would try it. I would just I want to see.
Do you think that anybody in this room is surprised, Gio?
I was waiting for some. I was waiting for you to say that your blow up doll was outside waiting for you because that wasn't shocking.
I saw the I saw the pictures and I was like, damn, this bitch bad.
Oh my God. I'm like, he said, I can't.
I just want to. I would have. Listen, I ain't touching no trannies titties, but I would touch some doll titties.
So what?
Doll titties. Well,
the doll's titties.
Well, what titties did you say you wouldn't touch?
I wouldn't suck no tranny titties, but I would definitely touch some doll titties.
Well, Sydney's titties look realer than those.
Man, I just want to see okay.
I know
technology is getting crazy.
I know you went to Sydney's room that night and sucked them titties.
I know technology is getting crazy. I want to see where this is going. Like pretty soon, these dolls are gonna probably be moaning or like. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Well, they're probably gonna have like a recording situation.
I'm gonna get one and fuck one. You know, once when I was in Vegas, we didn't say this on the last two shows, so I'm gonna say it now. At Floyd's house, he gifted his cousin a portable pussy. Did you see that on All Access?
No.
He went in the back and pulled out this portable pussy. It was literally like just the. It was like just
pelvis area.
It was just the pelvis, yeah. Right? Yeah.
And I know that nigga fucked that portable pussy.
How you know that?
He only got one eye. But shout out to Diggs. No, I know he fucked that portable pussy, but I mean, I might try it privately just to see, you know, if I can get an erection from it, maybe I'll graduate to.
What about like if do they have the guy? Is it just females or do they have guys as well?
I'm not fucking no fake. I got niggas. I ain't fucking no fake toy.
Okay.
Man toy.
No, they don't have the male version, and I don't think they really need that because the sex toy kind of industry focuses on a woman's pleasure. So
yeah, but everything they giving you is made out of us.
What do you mean made out of? It's
dildos,
made out of plastic.
It's all. You could go in the sex store and buy a dick that's been casted into some form of a real man's dick. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, no, it's just like, you know, we want the dick without the headache.
Okay, before we leave, we're gonna tell all you niggas where to move so you can get some money. Okay, let's leave with something somewhat inspirational or educational or just some shit that just some facts.
Yeah, Forbes releases the top 10 cities African Americans are the best economically. So number 10 is Richmond, Virginia. That's what the tri-state area is gonna be.
You know what Richmond, Virginia got?
Hot guys,
fine ass niggas. I don't know what it is. And shout out to Chris Brown and Trey Songz, who are both from Virginia.
Yeah.
They got some fine.
No, but in all actuality, that tri-state area of the DMV, you know.
No, fine.
No, I'm agreeing
where
with you.
Where do they come from?
Fine.
Damn.
Like, I had a vision one day that I was going to meet my husband in D.C., just walking through a park. Cherry blossoms, you know, in full effect. And what, I don't know, like, I need to just go walk through parks in DC in April. So DC, you will be seeing me. Anyways, all right. So Richmond, Virginia is number 10. Median black household is 43,000. I'm not even going to read that part because it doesn't mean.
Wait, so that's the whole household?
Yeah. Median black household income, 43,265.
Wait, that's like the male and female?
Yeah, I guess so.
Damn.
Anyways, number 9 is Miami. Number 8 is Houston. I love Houston. God,
I love Houston.
That's another city.
Yeah, but they got guns in the club. After Boonk, I can't do it no more.
Okay, San Antonio is number 7. Charlotte, North Carolina is number 6.
Charlotte got some fine ass niggas in there.
Gary, Indiana got some good looking people too.
Okay. Raleigh, North Carolina is number 5.
North Carolina, I'm telling you.
Just the state in general.
They got some fine ass country motherfuckers.
Raleigh has my favorite strip club, Onyx.
Shit.
Yeah. That's the first time I ever saw Jocelyn.
I think I'm going to go to Raleigh one day just to walk around. Okay. For a weekend.
Raleigh?
Yeah.
Go to Charlotte.
Okay.
Number 4 is Baltimore.
They up there.
Baltimore got boarded up windows and good seafood. I ain't fucking with it.
Number 3 is Austin, Texas. So basically, it's North Carolina, Texas, and the DMV. Number 1 is tied with Atlanta and Washington, D.C. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Atlanta is very, very, very. You can get a McMansion for like $300,000.
Damn.
Yeah. I call them McMansions.
So maybe I give me a studio in LA and a mansion in Atlanta. I could not live in Atlanta.
Okay, then what's the point of getting a mansion in Atlanta?
Just to be able to walk through it in a robe.
Why couldn't you live in Atlanta?
I just have never had a really good experience there. Not had really bad ones, but I just haven't had really good ones. You know, Mimi and Quad and Nene and everybody said, come out there and we're going to show you a good time, Marlo and all that. Maybe I go out there and let them, Lyra, show me around. And if we party and turn up and it's great and it reignites something, we might have to move this motherfucker to Atlanta.
No.
Atlanta Unlocked.
I'm not moving to Atlanta.
Would you ever?
No.
Why? Why?
No.
Why?
It's a city that I love going to Atlanta, but it's just like a city that I like that I have the opportunity to leave. I never thought that I was going to live there. I lived there. I filmed a movie there, so I was there for a month, and I had a really good time, but I was like, it's time to go. For me, it's like it equals partying and like hanging out and having a really good time.
Well, from what Nene and them told me, you just go to people's houses. Like they entertain at their houses.
People get it popping in the streets and stuff. Clubs, lounges, that sort of thing. Popping in the streets, yeah. So I never thought I was going to live there.
I'd run into T.I. way too much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Miami's also another city that I couldn't live in.
Miami? Oh, I could live in Miami.
No, you couldn't.
Yes,
I've been to Miami one time.
Oh my God, I love Miami.
It was too damn humid for me.
Yeah.
I love Miami.
Yeah. I lived there temporarily when I was dating Flo, and then that was done, and so was I. Miami is just not it. But DC.
Why does Miami just seem like one big circle? Like the street, like the South Beach is just one circle.
Yeah.
Right? But Miami is much bigger than South Beach.
Yeah.
So I've never really been around Miami.
Okay, so you could not live in Miami. You don't know anything about it.
I could live in South Beach.
You could, yeah.
Wherever what's the island of the stars? What the house is?
Star Island.
What'd I say?
The island of the stars.
Oh, yeah. Gio, welcome back to the show. On that note, we're out. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Island of the stars.